Yemen's Houthis announced on the 22nd of February that they are banning vessels linked to Israel, the United States and the United Kingdom from the Red Sea, the Gulf of Aden and the Arabian Sea. To this effect, formal notices of the ban were sent by Houthis Humanitarian Operations Coordination Center to shipping insurers and firms operating in the region. In addition to this, they also pledged to use submarine drones against US ships, continuing and further escalating their attacks amidst the Israel-Gaza war. On the 19th of February, an American MQ-9 Reaper drone was shot down by the Houthis using a surface-to-air missile. Now, this is the second instance of an MQ-9 Reaper drone being shot down by the Houthis since the Israel-Gaza war erupted on the 7th of October. So how potent is the threat posed by the Houthis, and who is supplying the Houthis with such sophisticated weaponry? Our next report gets you the details.
Following the start of the Israel-Hamas war in the Gaza Strip last October, the Iran-aligned Houthis started firing drones and missiles towards Israel, most of which were intercepted. Changing tactics in November, they started targeting Israeli-owned, flagged or operated ships or ships heading to the Israeli ports. Consequently, several shipping companies redirected their vessels around the southern tip of Africa, adding a further 3,000 to 3,500 nautical miles to their journeys, further delaying delivery times and incurring more costs. Almost 15% of global seaborne trade usually passes through this shortest shipping route between Europe and Asia. In response, the US and UK have carried out multiple rounds of airstrikes on the Houthi targets in Yemen. The United States, on the 17th of January, redesignated the Houthis a terrorist group. But the Houthis have remained defiant and the attacks on vessels have persisted. The attacks, Houthis say, are in solidarity with the Palestinians and in response to Israel's military operations in Gaza, which have killed almost 30,000 Gazans in 4 months. On Thursday, in 2 notices issued by the Houthis, they outlined a formalized ban in the Red Sea, the Gulf of Aden and the Arabian Sea. The ban affects vessels wholly or partially owned by Israeli, American and British individuals or entities, as well as those sailing under their flags. Announcing an escalation in these attacks, Houthi leader Abdul Malik al-Houthi also said the group had introduced submarine weapons in their attacks.
We will continue with our operations and move towards an escalation. The operations aimed at supporting Gaza and standing in solidarity with the oppressed Palestinian people, as well as targeting Israeli targets in the occupied territories, have reached a total of 138 rockets. The supporting track for Gaza and operations in the Red Sea, Arabian Sea, Gulf of Aden, and the Bab el-Mandeb Strait are also ongoing. In these operations, we are also heading towards an escalation in both intensity and type. This involves activating missiles, drones, and military boats, and the introduction of submarines, which is concerning for the enemy. The targeted ships in the Red Sea and the Arabian Sea have reached 48 vessels. 48 ships have been targeted, which is a very significant number.
The same day, the US military's Central Command, or CENTCOM, said it conducted 4 self-defense raids against the Houthis, destroying 7 anti-ship cruise missiles, a mobile ballistic missile launcher, and an unmanned underwater drone. Israel's military also intercepted a target in the area of Red Sea after sirens blared, warning of incoming rockets and missiles in the southern tourist town of Eilat. Americans have accused Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps of providing the Houthis with a growing arsenal of sophisticated weapons and training. US President Joe Biden has acknowledged that the American and British bombardment has so far failed in its objective of stopping attacks by the Houthis. With the announcement of the ban, the Houthis have underscored their defiance. The question now is, can America, when push comes to shove, defeat the Houthis, and will this fallout of the Israel-Hamas war end up destabilizing the Middle East?